Welcome back to the Authentic Author Academy YouTube channel, where you'll find so much information to help aspiring authors to write their books and get them out into the world where they need to be. So today I'll be talking a little bit about how to take so many ideas and boil it down into a few ideas that you can, write your book about. Every great book starts with uncovering the right idea, just like diving beneath the ocean's surface to uncover hidden treasure. But how do you know what's worth diving for? So this video will answer that, and if you stay to the end, you'll discover a free handy resource to help you explore this even further. Because in my experience, when I've been helping aspiring non-fiction authors write their books, it's not so much about finding something to write about. That's not the problem. It's usually how to narrow down what they have already, their content and their ideas to write about. So many authors and writers struggle with this, that they have so many ideas running through their heads, and that's okay. I was one of those, and I still know that feeling, that lots of different ideas, lots of books on the go. So sometimes it's challenging to work out exactly which idea is worth pursuing. So you need to have a way to streamline all of your ideas, all of these big, brilliant ideas that you've got, into one key topic, and have a few key ideas that you can build upon and flesh out that become the details and the chapters of your book. So writers who have too much content can find the book writing process understandably overwhelming, because they don't know where to start or how to shape it into a cohesive book. And it doesn't matter how successful you are in business or in other parts of areas of your life, writing a book is a big undertaking, and naturally it can feel overwhelming when you're facing a big task like that. And unfortunately for many people, this is where, when it all feels too much, it's something that they think they'll deal with another day, sometime in the future when they have more time and energy. And that's when procrastination can creep in and take over those big dreams. And so they kind of get shelved, and that other day doesn't seem to roll around until you get help with the task. Hopefully you're here now, and you're going to get back onto writing your book and finish that manuscript, or put all those big ideas into action. So your readers' brains need clarity and structure for the book to make sense. When you have a central focus, everything else supports that story or your message, and it just flows. So suddenly it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And because I kept encountering these situations with clients, they were so passionate about many things, and it's just that their book was becoming so big and hard to wrangle. And so I started thinking, I need to create something for aspiring authors to, have a list of questions and prompts to really help get some ideas out of their head and onto the page to really narrow their focus. So this is why I created the top 10 what should I write about checklist for non-fiction writers. And don't worry, fiction writers out there, I haven't forgot about you. I've created a checklist specifically for you as well. Even though my specialty is helping non-fiction writers, particularly those in the self-development, lifestyle improvement space. But these top 10 questions will be something that you'll find extremely handy. I'm no stranger to fiction, even though I focus on non-fiction and helping non-fiction authors. A few years back, I was part of our writing group, our nighttime writing group called the Secret Society of Words, and we created this book, Viv's Last Hurrah, where we all wrote a few chapters and put it together, and it was just such an exciting experience. So to be able to write something of fiction, so I've had a bit of experience with that as well. But let's just have a look now at these checklists that'll really help you make it easier, I guess, for when you're structuring your book. And there'll be plenty of videos that you'll see in this space on how to structure your book, because that's really my other area of expertise, book outlines, because I believe that when you unlock your structure, you lock in your story. So let's take a quick look at those checklists now. Let's start with the one top 10, what should I write about checklist for nonfiction writers? And the first question you'll see there is, what am I passionate about? What topic could I talk about all day if I could? Passion fuels compelling writing. If you could talk about a topic for hours without losing interest, it's the one you should write about. And it's probably no surprise that I could talk about writing and writing books and helping others write their books all day long. So that has become my passion. And we'll have a quick look at the other one for fiction writers. And it's got to start with passion. So what am I passionate about? But in this case, for fiction writers, what kind of story ignites my imagination? Passion fuels compelling storytelling. If you could craft and develop a story for hours without losing excitement, it's the one you should write. And there's obviously plenty of other questions and prompts in both of those checklists, and I'll share in a moment where you can get a hold of those. What I've done is I've started with passion, and then I've created some really practical questions that lead into how you can create, a compelling call to action with your book, whether that's fiction or nonfiction. And by focusing on areas such as your passion and your audience and the transformation or outcome they'll receive from your book, you'll be laying a solid foundation. So really, this is the time that you get to figure out what excites you, who are you helping, or who do you want to help, and how this book of yours might make a difference in the world. So both of those checklists are like powerful resources, and they will prove to be a handy approach for if you're starting your book, picking up where you left off, and using the prompts to refine and finish your book or finish a manuscript. So really, no matter where you are on your writing path, they will become useful. So think of these checklists as a way of, like I mentioned at the start of the video, diving for hidden treasures in the ocean. Your ideas are like these treasures buried beneath the waves down on the ocean floor. And these ideas of yours that are deep and meaningful, they're just waiting to be discovered. So the checklist is like a guide that helps you to dig deep and dive deep and find the treasure within you, so you bring it up to the surface. Now, if you want those full checklists, I'm giving them away for free in the files section of my Facebook group, the Authentic Author Academy. It's free to join. I'll include the link in the description of this video. It is becoming a lovely little community of writers supporting and encouraging each other. Plus, there is heaps of free information in there to help you on your writing journey. So as you can tell, I'm passionate about helping writers, but I want you to remember that passion is your compass. If you are drowning in ideas, start by thinking about that one topic that you could talk about endlessly. As you can see, I could talk about writing endlessly. You have to be passionate about this one topic, because it's what you'll need to sustain you through the writing process. We all know that writing a book, even if it's an ebook, is a big undertaking if you want to do it right. So that focus is what leads to impact, because a great book isn't about saying everything. It's about saying the right things with clarity and power. So feel free to share in the comments if you had to choose just one topic to write about, something that you are deeply passionate about, what would it be? And you can answer this question whether you're a nonfiction or fiction writer. What would that topic be that you're deeply passionate about? And then you can head over to the Authentic Author Academy. The link will be there, so you can get your free resources and you can start to make that writing process easier and more enjoyable. And in my experience, when you start to make progress and become productive in your writing, it really takes on a life of its own, and that's when the magic really happens. So please always remember that the world is waiting for your big ideas. The world is waiting for your wisdom. So let's get it all onto the page. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.